Welcome to the Executive Summary. Gino Wickman developed the Entrepreneurial Operating System, or EOS, which this book details as a practical system for improving business operations and achieving growth. If that is the kind of edge you're looking for, like this video and subscribe now. Let us get into it. Most leaders believe that scaling a business requires increasingly complex strategies and bespoke solutions. Yet Gino Wickman, after decades immersed in the entrepreneurial world, discovered precisely the opposite is true. Sustainable growth and true control emerge from radical simplification and disciplined adherence to a singular, holistic operating system. To ignore this truth is to condemn your organization to perpetual frustration, the cycle of stalled growth, unresolved issues, and an overwhelming sense that your business is running you, rather than the other way around. You risk losing your best people, missing critical opportunities, and ultimately failing to realize the vision that compelled you to begin this journey. By the end of this summary, you will possess a clear, actionable framework to diagnose your organization's core weaknesses, align your team, and implement a proven system that transforms chaos into predictable, profitable growth. You will gain the tools to move beyond firefighting, establishing a culture of accountability and execution. This is not merely theoretical conjecture. Wickman's Entrepreneurial Operating System, detailed within Traction, is the culmination of real-world application, refined through over 1,900 full-day sessions with more than 135 companies, delivering tangible results for businesses worldwide. Let us now delve into the foundational principles that empower leaders to achieve true traction within their organizations. In the tumultuous landscape of entrepreneurship, where ambition often collides with operational chaos, Gino Wickman's Traction, Get a Grip on Your Business, stands as a landmark publication. Published in 2011, this book emerged from Wickman's own extensive experience as a lifelong entrepreneur, having started his first business at 21 and successfully revitalized his family's struggling enterprise by 25. This deep, practical grounding provided him with a unique perspective on the common frustrations plaguing business leaders: the lack of control, the struggle with unproductive teams, insufficient profit, and the perpetual cycle of growth plateaus. Wickman observed that many businesses, particularly those in the small to mid-sized range, often hit a growth ceiling not due to a lack of vision or effort, but from a fundamental absence of clear systems and structure. They felt quite literally that the business was running them rather than the other way around. Traction was penned to directly address these pervasive issues, offering a pragmatic antidote to the often complex and abstract advice found in much of leadership literature. What makes Traction so profoundly significant is its provision of the Entrepreneurial Operating System, or EOS. This is not a collection of disparate ideas, but a comprehensive, actionable framework designed to integrate all the moving parts of a business into a cohesive, self-sustaining organization. It distills complex business concepts into straightforward tools and a structured approach that clarifies vision, instills discipline, fosters healthy team dynamics, and ensures consistent execution. The book primarily resonates with business owners, CEOs, and leadership teams of companies typically ranging from $2 million to $50 million in revenue, employing between 10 and 250 individuals. These are the leaders actively seeking a proven system to achieve sustainable growth, enhance efficiency, and cultivate a high-performing company culture. Traction empowers them to gain control, systematize operations, and ultimately get a true grip on their business. Its central argument is unequivocal. Sustainable growth and the overcoming of entrepreneurial frustrations demand the implementation of a singular, holistic operating system that strengthens 6 key components: vision, people, data, issues, process, and traction itself, ensuring disciplined execution of a clear, shared vision. The first, and arguably most critical, component of the Entrepreneurial Operating System is vision. The principle here is deceptively simple, yet profoundly powerful. You must clearly define and communicate precisely where your organization is going and, crucially, how it intends to arrive there, ensuring every single individual is 100% aligned with your core values, core focus, and long-term goals. Without this clarity, efforts become fragmented and momentum dissipates. Wickman introduces the Vision/Traction Organizer, or VTO, as the foundational tool for achieving this. This isn't a sprawling strategic document. It's a concise, 2-page blueprint designed to capture the answers to 8 critical questions. These include articulating your organization's immutable core values, defining its core focus to its purpose, cause, or passion, and its niche to, and establishing a compelling 10-year target. It also encompasses a marketing strategy, a 3-year picture, a 1-year plan, and measurable rocks, which we will discuss later. The VTO ensures that everyone, from the newest recruit to the most seasoned executive, is rowing in precisely the same direction, understanding the destination and their role in reaching it. Consider a nonprofit organization, for instance, that finds itself struggling with inconsistent messaging and scattered efforts across various initiatives. Board members, staff, and volunteers might all be passionate, but their actions lack cohesion. By utilizing the V/TO, this organization could meticulously define its core mission, its unwavering values, and its long-term impact goals. By clearly articulating a 10-year target, such as eliminate homelessness in our city, and then breaking this down into a vivid 3-year picture and annual priorities, every staff member and volunteer becomes unified in their purpose and actions. This shared vision transcends individual tasks, imbuing every effort with collective meaning and direction. The challenge for you, then, is this: do your entire team, from leadership to frontline staff, truly understand and embody your organization's core values and long-term vision? Can they articulate it clearly, without hesitation, and demonstrate its influence in their daily work? Once your vision is crystal clear, the next critical component is ensuring you have the right individuals to execute it. This principle demands that you have individuals who not only align with your core values, to what Wickman terms the right people, but who are also operating in roles where their unique skills, passions, and natural abilities are best utilized to the right seats. It's a dual imperative: character and capability. Wickman provides practical tools to achieve this. The People Analyzer is a simple yet powerful matrix used to evaluate team members against your defined core values. It's a pass/fail assessment. If an individual consistently embodies your values, they are a right person. But being the right person is insufficient if they are in the wrong seat. For this, Wickman introduces the GWC method. Do they get it? Do they want it? Do they have a capacity to do it? This 3-pronged assessment helps determine if an individual is truly suited for their role. Complementing this is the accountability chart, which moves beyond traditional organizational charts by clarifying roles, responsibilities, and reporting lines based on functions, not just titles, ensuring crystal clear accountability across the organization. Imagine a burgeoning tech startup, for instance, experiencing high employee turnover and persistent project delays. Upon implementing the People Analyzer, they might discover that some highly talented engineers, while technically brilliant, don't align with the company's fast-paced, collaborative culture. They're technically capable, but not the right people for this organization. Simultaneously, the accountability chart might reveal that a highly skilled developer is spending an inordinate amount of time on administrative tasks or managing a team, rather than focusing on core development, indicating they are in the wrong seat despite being a right person. By addressing both aspects, the startup can reallocate resources, improve morale, and accelerate project delivery. So, consider this. Are all your team members not only competent, but also deeply aligned with your organization's core values? And are they positioned in roles that maximize their unique abilities and passion? With a clear vision and the right people in place, the next step is to ensure you are objectively measuring your progress. The data component champions the principle of managing by the numbers, establishing clear, measurable metrics to objectively track performance and make informed decisions, rather than relying on opinions, gut feelings, or anecdotal evidence. Without objective data, even the most aligned team can drift off course. Wickman advocates for the creation of a weekly scorecard, a simple yet potent tool comprising 5 to 15 key performance indicators that provide a real-time pulse on the health of the business. These are not exhaustive reports, but rather vital signs that indicate whether the organization is on track. The scorecard allows leaders to identify issues early, before they escalate, and maintain organizational focus based on objective evidence, fostering a culture of accountability and data-driven decision-making. Each number on the scorecard should have an owner and a weekly goal, ensuring someone is always responsible for its performance. Consider a church, for example, that is struggling with declining attendance and engagement, relying primarily on anecdotal feedback from congregants. By implementing a scorecard, the leadership could begin tracking metrics such as weekly attendance, new visitor follow-up rates, volunteer participation across different ministries, and online content engagement. This objective data would allow them to identify specific areas of decline or success, such as a drop in youth group attendance or an increase in online sermon views. With this information, leadership can make data-driven decisions on where to focus resources, adjust programs, or initiate new outreach efforts, rather than simply reacting to subjective complaints. The challenge for you is this. Do you have a weekly scorecard with 5 to 15 critical numbers that give you an objective, crystal-clear picture of your organization's health and progress, allowing you to proactively identify and address issues? Even with a clear vision, the right people, and objective data, issues will inevitably arise. The issues component addresses this head-on, advocating for a culture of directly confronting problems with a structured process for identifying, discussing, and solving them at their root cause. Far too many organizations repeatedly treat symptoms, leading to recurring problems and wasted effort. Wickman introduces two primary tools here: the issues list and the IDS, identify, discuss, solve process. The issues list is a simple, live-ing document where all identified problems, challenges, or opportunities are captured, ensuring nothing falls through the cracks. When it comes time to address these issues, the IDS process provides a disciplined approach. First, you identify the true root cause of the problem, resisting the urge to jump to solutions. Second, you discuss the issue thoroughly, exploring all perspectives and potential solutions. Finally, you solve the issue by agreeing on a clear action plan with specific ownership and a deadline, ensuring it is resolved permanently rather than merely patched over. Wickman emphasizes the importance of slowing down to get to the root cause, thereby solving problems once and for all. Imagine a military unit, for instance, that repeatedly faces logistical delays during training exercises. Instead of merely fixing the immediate problem each time, to perhaps by rushing in a replacement part, they could implement the IDS process. They would identify all contributing factors, which might include inadequate equipment maintenance schedules, communication breakdowns between supply and field units, or an inefficient procurement process. They would then discuss these factors, exploring potential solutions such as implementing a preventative maintenance checklist, establishing clear communication protocols, or streamlining the supply chain. Finally, they would solve the issue by implementing a specific action plan with clear ownership, such as assigning a dedicated logistics officer to oversee maintenance and communication, thereby preventing the recurrence of similar delays. So, the challenge for your organization is this. When issues arise, do you consistently use a structured process to identify, discuss, and solve them at their root? Or do you often find yourself revisiting the same problems, treating symptoms rather than causes? Once issues are being effectively resolved, the next step is to prevent them from recurring and to ensure consistent, scalable operations. The process component focuses on documenting and simplifying your core processes to ensure consistency, scalability, and efficiency across the entire organization. This is about defining your way of doing business. Wickman advises identifying the 20% of core processes that generate 80% of your results. These are the critical functions that define your business and deliver value to your customers. Once identified, these processes should be documented succinctly, not in overly complex manuals, but in clear, concise steps that are easy to understand and follow. The ultimate goal is to ensure that these documented processes are consistently followed by everyone, reducing variability, improving quality, and making the business less reliant on individual heroes or ad hoc methods. This systematization creates a predictable, repeatable model for success. Consider a rapidly growing restaurant chain. Without documented processes, the quality of food, customer service, and even staff training might vary wildly between locations, hindering growth and brand consistency. By documenting its core processes for everything from ingredient sourcing and food preparation to customer interaction protocols and staff onboarding, the chain creates a secret sauce manual for each key function. This ensures consistent quality and experience across all locations, allowing for easier scaling and replication of their successful model. New employees can quickly learn the way we do things here, and management can ensure adherence to standards rather than constantly reinventing the wheel. The challenge for you, then, is this. Are your organization's critical operational processes clearly documented and consistently followed by everyone? Or do key functions rely heavily on individual knowledge and ad hoc methods, making consistency and scalability a constant struggle. The final component, and the one that gives the book its title, is traction itself. This principle is about instilling discipline and accountability through regular meetings and clear, short-term goals to execute the vision and maintain relentless momentum. It's the engine that drives the entire system, ensuring that all the other components are actively working together. Wickman focuses on execution, using two primary tools: 90-day rocks and structured weekly level 10 meetings. Rocks are the 3 to 7 most important priorities that an individual or team must achieve in the next 90 days. They are specific, measurable goals that break down the annual plan into bite-sized, achievable pieces, creating focused effort and preventing overwhelm. The Level 10 meeting is a highly structured, 90-minute weekly meeting designed to review the scorecard, check on rocks, address the to-do list from the previous week, and most importantly, identify, discuss, solve new issues that have arisen. This consistent rhythm ensures that progress is continually monitored, issues are promptly resolved, and accountability is maintained. Let's revisit the church leadership team we discussed earlier. After defining its annual vision using the V/T.O, they would then set 90-day rocks for each department. For example, the outreach team might have a rock to launch new youth mentorship program, while the finance team might have a rock to increase weekly giving by 10%. These rocks are then reviewed weekly in their Level 10 meeting. During these meetings, they would check the scorecard for key metrics, review the progress of each rock, and use the IDS process to tackle any new issues that emerge, such as low attendance at a new program or shortfall in giving. This consistent, disciplined approach ensures focused effort and accountability, preventing the team from getting sidetracked and ensuring consistent progress toward the annual vision. The final challenge for you is this: do you have a consistent meeting rhythm and clear 90-day priorities, or rocks, that ensure your team is disciplined in executing your vision and achieving measurable results week after week, quarter after quarter? Having explored the 6 core components of the Entrepreneurial Operating System, it is time to translate this knowledge into immediate, tangible action. Here are 3 concrete moves you can implement this week to begin gaining traction in your own organization. Move 1. Conduct an organizational checkup. This week, gather your leadership team and collectively complete the organizational checkup. This self-assessment tool, freely available on the EOS Worldwide website, provides a quick yet insightful benchmark of your current strengths and weaknesses across the 6 key components. It is a powerful diagnostic that will illuminate precisely where your organization stands and, crucially, identify the most critical areas demanding your immediate attention. Do not merely delegate this. Engage your entire leadership in an honest, collective appraisal. Move 2. Define your core values. Following your organizational checkup, dedicate a focus session with your leadership team to identify and clearly articulate your organization's 3 to 7 non-negotiable core values. These are the fundamental principles that define who belongs in your organization and guide all decisions, from hiring to firing, from strategy to daily operations. These values must be authentic, actionable, and truly reflective of your organizational identity. Once defined, commit to live them. Move 3. Implement a Level 10 meeting agenda. For your very next weekly leadership meeting, adopt the Level 10 meeting structure. This is a disciplined, 90-minute meeting designed for maximum efficiency and problem solving. Follow the agenda precisely. Begin with a brief check-in. Then review your scorecard. Even if it is rudimentary at first, review the progress of your rocks and address the to-do list from the previous week. Crucially, dedicate the majority of the meeting to using the identify, discuss, solve process for any issues that arise. The strict time limits and structured flow will transform your meetings from unproductive discussions into powerful problem-solving sessions. If you found this deep dive into Gino Wickman's Traction valuable, and you're committed to gaining a true grip on your business, then consider subscribing to the executive summary. By doing so, you ensure you never miss another analysis designed to elevate your leadership and transform your organization. Hit the notification bell to stay informed as we decode the most impactful leadership literature available. Next week, we are breaking down a seminal work that challenges our very understanding of organizational change and resilience, offering a blueprint for leading through disruption. Remember, the ultimate success of any entrepreneurial organization hinges on its ability to simplify, systematize, and execute a clear vision with unwavering discipline and accountability. transforming frustrations into sustained growth and enduring control. That is our executive summary of Traction by Gino Wickman, a powerful guide to getting your business running smoothly. If you found these insights valuable, hit subscribe and ring the notification bell for more essential book summaries. You can see across the entire organization.